What's good guys, Cal here. So yeah, it's official. James Charles has somehow made himself look even worse than he already does. He's recently gotten into even more allegations revolving around influencer Evan Johnson and Kayla Malec. And goddamn guys, this shit is horrendous. If you don't know James Charles by now, here's a quick summary of some of his craziest controversies. He's tried to turn straight men gay, has had a bunch of controversy surrounding his makeup brands, and has even allegedly had some not very PG interactions with people that just so happen to be underage. And you may be thinking, Kel, how could this guy's reputation get even worse? Well guys, buckle your seatbelts because we're just getting started. Real quick though, I noticed that like 90% of you guys aren't subscribed, so if that's you, subscribe. Alright, back to the video. Okay, so to truly understand this whole story, we have to go back to the beginning. All of this starts with an ex-friend of James Charles who goes by the name of Kayla Malec. And come to find out, Kayla's ex-boyfriend wasn't exactly the nicest person out there. Apparently, he was beating her, choking her, all sorts of just really fucked up stuff. And after finding out all of this information, James Charles decided to go right ahead and boink him. I mean, first of all, how horny do you have to be to sleep with one of your best friend's abusive ex? Like, sleeping with your friend's ex is already diabolical, but knowing how much of a shitty person they are and then still deciding to do so, like, that shit's insane. I actually found a clip that gives us some insight into what Kayla Malec was going through, and quick trigger warning, it's really fucked up. Stop it, dude. She just said, quote, "You just broke my jaw," and the guy says, "Good?" This is the same guy James Charles decided to sleep with, by the way. Genuinely, what is our world coming to, dude? God damn, bro. Like, you can see the bumps and bruises on her face. I mean, this shit is just sad, man. Like, imagine having a girl best friend who you know is going through some extremely fucked up stuff with her boyfriend, and then once they break up, you decide to sleep with them. Like, genuinely, what the fuck? But stay with me, you guys, because this thing just keeps getting worse. Evan Johnson ended up responding to all of these allegations, and well, it's just bad.
9 months we were together. She said the whole 9 months I was abusing her. Right? Why would we go out all the time and do all these crazy adventurous stuff if the whole time it was just terrible?
That's gotta be the worst take of all time. It's not like you can just abuse someone and then take them out to dinner to make all the terrible shit you did to them go away. If anything, it just makes your relationship even more toxic.
If I was such this terrible guy, why would she be with me? She could have left me at any second. She's way more up there than me. Has more money, like all this stuff. She don't need me. And if she figured I was no good for her in the time being, she would have left immediately. I promise you that.
Yeah, man, like classic manipulative boyfriend situation. Like, that's not how relationships work. She was probably scared as hell and felt like if she left you, you'd probably take all your anger out on her. Like, you can't use her not breaking up with you as an excuse to justify all the abuse. Anyways, after all this information came out, James Charles decided to play the victim card, and he told everyone that he was now the one being manipulated and that he didn't even know that his best friend was being abused in the first place.
There were some initial messages which we can put on the screen. James said, "Hello, I'm just now seeing these. I'm absolutely not on his side and would really appreciate it if you would leave me out of this. I only ever spoke to him because he manipulated me into thinking his situation was similar to what I went."
It's crazy to me how he's trying to play it off like he was manipulated, but in reality, the guy was just horny as fuck.
He says, "It was a really personal and sensitive topic that I had empathy for. I felt disgusting and awful, and I've stopped responding to him altogether."
Okay, so basically what you're saying is you smashed and then stopped responding to him. A classic hit it and quit it scenario, dude. The thing is, James Charles apparently let the guy stay rent-free at his place, gave him food, free meat, some might say. Essentially, James Charles just wanted someone to give him that good dick. Anyways, moving on, Kayla eventually took Evan Johnson to court and actually ended up winning the case, which led a lot of people to start absolutely tearing into James Charles. I mean, Kayla Malec posted a TikTok saying that she won the case, and that shit got almost 100 million views and 15 million likes. I mean, this shit is a big deal, man. So obviously, James Charles felt the need to defend himself and ended up posting a little response video talking about all the allegations against him and Evan Johnson.
"I do not support Evan Johnson in any way, shape, or form. Let me make that fucking clear. I don't support him, I don't support violence against women, and I sure as hell do not support the disgusting, deplorable, violent, heinous acts that he committed against Kayla Malec behind closed doors. I really fucking hope and pray that when this goes to court this week, Kayla gets justice for what that man put her through. At the same time, The videos that I'm currently seeing all over my For You page are disturbing to me. This is not TikTok tea and drama for everyone else's entertainment. This is real people dealing with some really serious shit. The conversation has completely shifted focus away from Kayla Malec and how she was brave enough to speak out about what she went through to how James Charles involved, the downfall, Bye Sister 2.0, where's the apology video? It's distracting from the actual issue at hand, which is domestic violence.
It's also just kind of funny, to be fair, but like I kind of get what he's trying to say. Like, we really shouldn't be focusing on James Charles's role in all of this. We should instead be focusing on Kayla Malec actually putting an abuser behind bars. But at the same time, you fucking slept with the guy. James Charles is hands down an absolutely terrible person, and now that everyone's against him, he's obviously trying to save face and is now backing Kayla.
I have not spoken out about this for a couple of different reasons. The main one being, this is going to court this week. Anything I or anybody else says online can and probably will be used by either Evan's defense attorney or the judge to affect the outcome of its ruling. And I didn't want to put Kayla at any risk for that. I hate that I'm getting online and filming this video right now, but I truthfully have no other choice because I've also spent the last several weeks trying to get in contact with the only person involved in this that actually matters and needs to hear the truth, and that's Kayla Malec. And she has been unwilling to have a conversation with me.
I wonder why. I don't know. Oh, here's a theory. Maybe it's because you slept with her abusive ex-boyfriend. Like, how does this guy still have a career, dude? Basically, James Charles' whole argument here is that everything is being taken out of context and that he didn't even know that Evan Johnson was abusing Kayla in the first place. Okay, let's say that was true, which I mean, it's not since Evan Johnson was literally convicted, but for argument's sake, let's say that James Charles had no idea what was really going on behind the scenes and just wanted to get pounded by this dude. It's still just a really fucked up thing to do. Why would you ever decide to sleep with one of your best friend's exes? Like, that shit is just a scummy move in the first place.
At this point, I have no choice other than to get online, tell my story, and then prove my story to be true in a court of law. I am suing Zach Sellers and anybody else that thinks it's funny or entertaining to get online and spread defamatory and slanderous lies, misinformation, completely bullshit made up stories for the sake of views, likes, engagement, and galaxies. I'm done.
Nah, bro, not the galaxies.
Wow, is that a galaxy?
Okay, so it looks like James is now starting up a little lawsuit of his own. And I mean, I'm interested to see how that plays out because James must think he actually has a valid argument to be taking someone to court because of it. And after threatening a lawsuit to anyone spreading disinformation on his name, James Charles then decided to leak some text messages between him and Kayla the day after they broke up. He was essentially asking if they wanted to be in a video with him. James starts it off with, "Do you want to be in a painted video with your man?" To which Kayla replies, "I'm not even joking, this made me piss." Kind of a weird line, but okay. "I broke up with him fucking last night. I saw your story and was crashing out, Lamau. Tune in to the 30 part Who the Fuck Did I Marry series." Obviously, you know, James is shocked. What? Girl, he's fucking crazy. And here's where James starts to show his true colors. He responds with, "What happened? Can I have him now? Lamau, I'm so sorry, Kayla, you deserve better." Nah, that response is actually wild. Imagine you tell one of your so-called best friends that you just broke up with your ex-boyfriend, who is apparently one of the worst people on earth, and their first response is to ask if they can have them now. Like, that's actually insane. So it seems like after James Charles realized that Kayla and Evan were actually broken up, he decided that it was his time to slide into the DMs and hit Evan up for a little booty call. I don't know, man, this whole situation is just fucked. All we know is that Evan Johnson 100% abused Kayla Malec since, you know, he got convicted of it. James Charles then heard of their breakup, decided to sleep with Evan Johnson, and is now denying all allegations against him, saying that he's a bad person because he had no idea of the abuse at the time. I don't know, dude, just let me know what you think about all this in the comments, but I think it's safe to say that James Charles is a piece of shit.